Alright guys, how we doing? We're on lesson mod 3. We're going to start on lesson 2. So it's going to start off pretty simple, but we're going to build and build and build. So this is why we're going to make equivalent fractions with sums of fractions with like denominators. But here on this one, we're going to be using number lines. Okay. So on this first one, it says show each expression on a number line and then solve. So I'm going to make a number line. And this is 0, and this is going to be fifths. So it's going to be 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, which is 1. So you could do 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5, which is equal to 1 whole. So if I start at 2/5 and I go to add 1/5, that equals 3/5. That's it, okay? Now this next says, express each fraction as the sum of 2 or 3. One says, rewrite each fraction as the sum of 2 or 3 equal fractional parts. Then rewrite each as a multiplication equation. So I'm going to take this 9 halves. I'm going to say 2 or 3. Well, something plus something is not going to give me 9 that are equal, but I can do 3. So I can do 3 over 2 plus 3 over 2 plus 3 over 2. Because 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, and the denominator stays the same. Now if I want to write that as a multiplication problem, I would write it as 3 over 2 times 3, which would equal 9 over 2. Okay? Yeah, I got that right. Sweet. Alright, next one. Express each of the following as the sum of a whole number and a fraction. So I gotta have a whole number and a fraction. Right? Show section part C and D on the number line. Okay. So let's look at 9 over 7. Now, obviously this is greater than a whole because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So I could do 7 over 7 plus, okay, and the fraction 2/7. Okay, so let me make sure I did that right. Yeah, I did. Well, this would equal, so this would equal 9/7, right? Or, hold on a second, you're like, well, yeah, Mr. Zay, you just told me that. I know, but 7 over 7 is equal to 1 whole plus 2/7, which is equal to 1 and 2/7. Oh wait, 1 and 2/7. Does that make sense? Okay, let's next one. I'm going to erase this. And I got to come up with a whole number. So what I'm going to think of is, what could I have as a whole number here that's going to give me 9? So there isn't like 10 over 2, but 10 over 2 is actually equal to 5. I'm going to use 8 over 2. Okay, and I'm going to add that to, and then I'm going to add 1 over 2. Because 8 plus 1 is 9, right? You're like, Mr. Zay, I need a whole number here. Well, what is 8 divided by 2? 4 plus 1/2. That equals 4.5. All right, I know. Oh, let me review that for a quick second. So it says 9 over 2. So I need these two numbers to add up to 9. And I need one of them to be able to turn into a whole number. And when you divide 8 divided by 2, that equals 4. Okay, because the fraction bar is division. So fraction bar is division. Okay, that's just like saying 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Okay, let's do this last one. Marcella cut 4 equal lengths of ribbon. Each was 5/8 of a yard long, so 5/8. How many yards of ribbon did she cut? Express your answer as the sum of a whole number and the remaining fractional units. Draw a number line to represent the problem. Okay, so she cut 4 pieces. So she got 1, 2, 3, 4. And each piece is 5/8 of a yard long. I'm just doing this for the visual. So I have to do 4 over 1 times 5/8. And anytime you put a whole number, you want to put it over 1. So that equals 28, or 20 divided by 8. Now, I want to get a whole number here, but I need something 8 plus something 8 equals 28. So I got to think, this number is going to give me a whole number. So when I divide it, it'll give me a whole number. Like if I put 8 here, 8 over 8 equals to 1. 16 over 8 is equal to 2. And then this would be 4, because 16 plus 4 is 20. So then this would be 2 plus 4/8 is equal to, I'll just keep it 4/8. So this is 2 4/8 yards of ribbon. And it says, so here's my whole number, and here's the fractional remaining. Draw a number line. Okay, here's my number line. I could do 0/8, and they go 5/8, 10/8, 15/8, and then here's 28. So basically it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and here's your answer. All right, bye guys.